Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to make 6 different versions of Linux and see which one's best for me as a Windows user. I do have to give credit to this website, distros. It has a ton of Linux distros that you can actually try out in your browser. The first Linux distro I'm going to try is vanilla. I know nothing about it, it just looked nice on distros, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to give it too much space, we'll give it 8 gigabytes just for the time being. And we're going to go through the install process, and I'm going to see how easy it is to install, how easy it is to use, and potentially how easy it is to brick. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, how long it takes to boot up. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, Kama, Mama, Key Largo, Montego. We didn't even get through the whole of Kokomo. Oh my god, I can set the time to Biggin Hill specifically, or Bryce Norton. That's really cool. It's actually kind of a cool detail. I'm going to assume that these are all, yeah, Coningsby. I think these are weather stations across England, which would make sense. Okay. 50 gigabytes. Oh my god. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to have a look around, and I will absolutely not be keeping it in, I will not be keeping this in my hard drive. How long does it take to install? It is 1903.35. Yeah, okay. You could get through at least one Kokomo. That's going to be the unit of time, I guess. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can run another OS, and it is Lubuntu. It's French apparently. This got recommended to me as a lightweight form of Ubuntu to try out. What does this say? This configuration is likely broken. Please switch to a supported graphics device to avoid problems. Or I could just not. Oh! I can try Labubu. Oh! There we go. So this is Ubuntu, but it's quite lightweight. Okay. Let's open this up. What is graphics? Okay, it's LibreOffice. Oh wait, that's a folder of different... Oh! That's very interesting. That's system processes. Very bare bones, obviously. Okay, so the manual boots you into Firefox to read a website. Right. Personally, I think that if your operating system is going to have a manual, it should be... realistically, it should be offline. It should be a PDF or something. Oh, you got themes? Oh, would you look at that? There's a Frutiger Aero theme. Or Windows Aero, more specific. Actually, it's Windows Aero. Yeah, let's see if I can install this. Where is it? Oh, I have to extract it first. Select a theme. Oh my god, there's tons of them. Let's try export there. Use this theme. Whoa! Preview. So it gives you little previews. It's basically just the buttons by the looks of it. One of my concerns is that I've got Windows 10 on my PC, and I'm worried that it's just its base memory usage is already quite high. So I'm suspecting, yeah, so I've given it 2 gigabytes of memory, and Lubuntu is only using 630 megabytes of that on idle, which is quite good. Like, imagine what it could do with, I don't know, 32 gigabytes instead of just 2. We are now 19 minutes into the recording, and this is how far we've gotten on the first OS. I'm gonna leave this. Again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the next OS. Okay, very basic. Looks like I'm loading into a TF2 server. Yes. 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 Suck your mother. How do you spell Deborah? I'm deleting this afterwards, and I'm obviously not going to have any personal details on. I'm just gonna sort of YOLO it because I'm very tired. This video's been taking forever. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on. So, okay, it's been about 68 minutes since I started installing vanilla. Kokomo takes 35 seconds to sing. So, how many seconds are there in 68 minutes? 4,000 and... Whoa! 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 It's happened! It's happened! 7:12. Okay, 1 second. So that is... Oh! It took 69 minutes! Okay, so 69 minutes, 60 seconds in a minute is 4,140 seconds. So if we divide that into 35 seconds per Kokomo, we could have gone through Kokomo's 118.3 times. This is why you don't install to a hard drive. How is Debian doing? There is an update, but I'm in the wrong tab. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. Ah, Kokomo. Kokomo. Oh, for God's sake. Right, Raine Wilden. The password is beach. Can I finally use the OS after 120 Kokomos? You've just booted me back out. Oh? Okay. Okay. Hello, Brain Wilden. Let's go dark mode. Okay. It is quite slow, but let's give it some slack, given the conditions it's in. Meanwhile, on Debian, let's not anonymously send data. I don't know what any of this does. I do not care. Just throw me the OS. I genuinely don't know how this has happened. How do you fail setting up the system? There's a sort of... I think these are virtual desktops, if I'm not mistaken. You start off with 3 of them. I don't know if you can get more. No, I don't think you can. But anyway, I've opened up a second one, which has let me... If I close this, I'll show you what I did. I went to the second one, and I went to the software, and you can see Modrinth is here. It's not loading it. Oh, there we are. Modrinth is here. You can download Modrinth straight from the store, which is quite interesting. I don't think that these are mobile apps, but I am curious if this looks like Android, and if you've got like an apps tray like this, I am wondering if they've sort of adopted design from Android. I wonder whether it's got native APK support. So what I'm gonna do is have a look at what the OS has installed. Then I'm deleting it because I'm not dealing with this. This is torture. At the work apps on the store. Somebody's 4K YouTube downloader. Verified. Wow, you don't see that very often. Some monkey on the front page. Personally, like, if you're installing Linux, you're going to be using YTDLP, aren't you? So I don't know why this is even here. A web browser. You're already going to have one of those if you're using Linux. Roblox on... Oh my god! It never occurred to me that Roblox isn't on Linux. I've never thought about that before. It's very unfortunate that GTA Online isn't on Linux, but at least if you use Linux, you don't have to play Roblox. Different Discord client. Fair enough. There's bound to be one of those. There is no way. There is actually no way that Microsoft Edge is on Linux. Okay, I've just had a look. Yes, you can. You can install APKs. So if I go to the browser, yeah, I'm gonna just ditch the install for this because we're still installing photos. Alright, before I cancel, before I kill Brain Wilden permanently, well, I've done it now. We're in the top 3, in my opinion, of OSs that I think are going to work for me. This one, when it loads, the holy flip, it boots straight into a desktop with a different start menu at least. Oh, it's got Matrix. Oh, if you saw my last video, you'll know what this is. I do not know what this does. I do not know how this does. I don't have a Matrix account, and I can't be bothered to make one. Alright, this, yeah, live session user, so we're running off of the ISO file at the minute. There's a text editor. That's got more features than Notepad. Very cool. What else have we got? Just the applications. This is Linux Mint Cinnamon, which is a bit more feature rich. Okay, can't access a theme server, that's fine. Let's install Linux Mint and see what happens. Yes. Oh no, let's put this in God's greatest language. Where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Computer name? Let's go with... Login automatically. I've just realised I'm going to come home from work tomorrow and I'm going to open up my video editor and I'm going to look at the length of the video and I'm going to hate myself. Let's see what Debian's doing on my computer. I mean, to be fair, it's getting closer. Run Windows Soft. Oh, it's advertising wine. That's really interesting. I find it very ironic that it's advertising to me VirtualBox. Little bit late for that. No flippin' way. It's ready. Deborah is... What was the password? What was the password? Okay, not in a million years was I gonna get that. It was, let me turn it on. It was suck your mother. I must have been very annoyed at, one. I was never gonna get that in a million years. And it is basically vanilla. Fun! Is there a store? Yes, there is. That's probably why vanilla has the store, is because it's a fork of Debian. Oh, I've just noticed you could search, so I can probably... Yeah, you can get wine. There's a page for wine. How is there a 2.8 star review? Is it because it's like Debian? We just... Mint, there we are. Mint is almost done. But I'm just thinking if you're going to have a more mobile, portable setup on a laptop or something, you might want something like Debian, which can do APK files. At some point tonight, I'm going to call it quits, and I'm going to get some cake and ice cream because I've earned it. Hello to Jckistan in the edit, listening to this mad ramble about 50 minutes into a recording. So let's open up the menu, and I'll be honest, I do like this user interface. It has done a good job of translating Linux to a desktop environment in a way which I think works really well. So let's open up Firefox. When I use Mint, I'm basically just using a desktop in the same way that you just, you know, the start menu translates near perfectly to how Windows, especially whenever I use it, I think of Windows Vista. I don't know why, but Mint reminds me of Vista. I'm going to assume that you can Fruitico error, that you can Windows error, you can Linux error this Linux distro. Very cool. It translates very easily from Windows to Linux this way. Plus, I mean, you've seen the performance. It's a bit sort of sluggish on a VM, but if it's only slightly sluggish on a VM, can you imagine how fast it's going to be on this? While I'm here, oh god, what was it? It was system monitor. That's what they call it. CPU usage is quite high, but it's only got one core. Memory, 40% usage of 2.1 gigabytes, so that's 200 times by 4 is 800 megabytes being used idle. That is so much better than Windows, honestly. Alright, it's been a minute. I'm on my phone, to be honest with you. Making up for lost time, the time I didn't spend on my phone at school. Okay, Bazzite still hasn't done anything. I'm just on TikTok. Hopefully this doesn't get copyright claim, but I've just found a guy absolutely jamming to Oasis on Guitar Hero. You are me hat. Sorry. Here it is, the final operating system. I left this until the end for a very special reason, because I want to say one thing. I use Arch, by the way. What does this mean? Oh my god, oh my god. Alright, give it a minute. Okay, the command I'm going to throw is pack strap mount base Linux firmware. This is apparently doing something. That's the first step to anything, is to do something. I think this should now create a partition. Okay. Now can I do this? Nope. Chat, it is 10:30 at night. That's Snapchat. It is 10:30 at night, and I really need to just log off. So I'm going to run through what I've learned very quickly. I did a little bit of Googling, because I stopped recording last night, and I suddenly realised, oh my god, you idiot, you didn't look up a YouTube tutorial. That's why you can't figure it out. Sort of. So what I've done is I've just googled how to install Arch to a VM. After a little bit of googling and some clicking around, I have discovered Arch install, which is a command that you type into Arch to just install it. So I'm going to quickly do that. I was speaking to somebody about it. Apparently Bazzite just doesn't like VMs at all. So I'm gonna call Bazzite a write-off. Whoa, this is really cool. Oh my god, this is like navigating a BIOS. The wiki advised that I do not avoid using a password. Basically, it thinks that if you don't, or it doesn't think, it knows that if you don't set a password, there's a chance you lock yourself out. So I'm going to set the password as capital K Okomo. A friend of mine who pointed out 2 operating systems, or like Linux distros, Endeavour and Kashi. And also SteamOS. He reminded me that SteamOS exists. I do not really care about using any of them. They're all Linux based, or they're all Arch. They're all built off of Arch. So I might as well just install Arch and see what this does. Whoops. Let's go install. Missing configuration, disconfiguration. Do I have to do that? Use a best effort party. Sure. I don't know what any of that word salad means. Yes. Disable copy on right. Okay. Ready to install. Okay. All it took was one command, and I would have known that if I googled it. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Operation too slow. Okay, I've tried something. Whoa. Okay, we are much faster this time. Oh. Oh. Sorry. Oh. Woo. Kokomo. Whoops. What's the login? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, it should just be Arch Linux. But that's incorrect. What's the login? Okay, Duodiddy is gonna be the Arch Linux hostname. Profile type. Desktop, yep. Okay. How do I... okay, there we go. Now let's not be boring. Let's go, do what did it. There we are. I saw a clip of film on my feed, there was like people marching to Do a Diddy by Manfred Mann. So there she was, just walking down the street singing Do a Diddy Diddy Dum Diddy. Boot existing OS. Arch Linux. That's not good. Oh, that is good. Do a diddy and flip. What do I do now? There's another command I can try. We are in Arch. How does anyone use this? Okay. That's actually a really cool UI, I will admit. Open terminal. Did I install the wrong GUI? Am I gonna have to reinstall this a third? Okay, I found it. It was under applications. So, I want to point out, I think I mentioned earlier in the video that Debian and Vanilla looked a bit like Android. I was chatting to a friend who's a little bit more experienced in Linux, and that's because I picked GNOME as the desktop environment. GNOME just does that. GNOME has like apps, I think. What? I just did it. Oh, for Christ's sake, is this going to be number 4? Oh, just do Jckistan because I will not remember otherwise. Okay, I'm going to do KDE Plasma because Cinnamon was, flipping Mint. So I'm going to do KDE Plasma. Arch Linux. Yes. It is admittedly quite fun seeing that text pop up. We've got a screen. We've got a login interface. What the flip? Okay, admittedly, this video is meant to be trying different Linux distros. But I'm a bit of a numbnuts, and I think this video is more about testing different Linux front ends. So here's KDE Plasma, which is actually really fun to use. Ooh! Oh wow, wait for the background changes, that's very cool. Let's see, HTOP. Okay, so I don't think anything is going to work today. Arch. It's okay. It is Linux. That's all I can really say about it. I've used so many different Linux distros now that they all sort of feel the same. Although granted, I did use Mint under Cinnamon, the Cinnamon interface. So maybe Cinnamon is the winner rather than Mint or Arch. Arch was admittedly quite fun to install once I actually knew what I was doing with the command. Hang on, there are widgets. I haven't seen widgets in many years. Anyway, I gave it, what, 1 gigabyte of memory, and it's using up 700 megabytes of it. So, not bad. Again, Linux being Linux, it's not a hog on the memory. I've only given it 1 core of my processor, and it's idling on like 20%, which is really good. Oh, it finally loaded. Okay, this actually took so long, I forgot I even booted this up. Settings is not responding. It's like Windows never left. Anyway, I'm gonna close off the video here again. I think that this video is more about the front ends, because Linux, I don't know if there's much difference under the hood between all of the distros I used. It's all Linux. It's all, I suppose, set up in different ways. Arch was a lot of fun, and I might need to use Arch and Cinnamon in the future. Either that or Mint. Those are my two picks. Windows just idles a lot. The idle usage of system resources on Windows is absurd. It's using like 3 GB of memory at all times. It just doesn't need to.